schoolboy football, September 7 to December 14 on CVM TV. This is schoolboy football, brought to you by EdgeChem, AIM Financial Corporation, Texaco, Connect Services, Jamaica Stock Exchange, and Sunshine Snacks.
Welcome to CVM Cook Shop. We're kicking off the holiday season with a nutritional entree that's catered to my seafood lovers. In the kitchen, we have the one and only chef, Jackie Tyson.
Everything is just dancing and having a great time.
The aromatics are waking up. Ooh. Oh. So if you're looking for a dish that's as festive as it is flavorful, you come to the right place.
It's Friday, December 6, 2024. This is CVM News at noon. I'm Ramon Gordon. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has been given the green light by the Supreme Court to seek a judicial review of a report issued by the Integrity Commission. The report, which scrutinizes his statutory declarations, has been the center of controversy. The court granted the Prime Minister leave on several grounds, paving the way for a legal challenge against the report's findings and the investigative processes led by the Commission's Director of Investigations, Kevon Stevenson. Holness's legal team deemed the findings unlawful and unfair. The Supreme Court's decision marks a significant step in Holness's efforts to clear his name and contest the Commission's conclusions. Representing the Integrity Commission is King's Counsel Michael Hilton. Now, JAMP boss Jeanette Calder is questioning the effectiveness of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, responsible for overseeing public expenditure. She spoke on Lead Story last night, following the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal's damning report on ministries and public bodies failing to account for spending.
The vehicle by which I am supposed to be able to answer that question is called the Public Accounts Committee. By that I mean, when the Auditor General sends her report, it goes straight to that committee. That committee has a duty of care to call in these very same entities and to ask them these very same questions, so that an NGO such as mine, that has committed to being the eyes and the ears for the people as it relates to their public finances, should be able to answer that question. How many times has the Public Accounts Committee met in the last 12 months?
You tell me.
In May and in July of this year. Now, to be fair, both chairmen of the PAAC, the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, and the Public Accounts Committee, these are the two chief committees that oversee projects and programs and ensure we get value for money, have been complaining about a challenge in getting what?
A quorum.
MPs to meetings.
The Jamaica Police Federation has secured non-taxed retroactive payments for officers' extra hours to be included in December salaries. General Secretary Sergeant Lloyd Duncan also announced April consultations for 2025 wage talks, reaffirming the Federation's push for fair pay and transparency. Still on police business, Karina Powell Hood has become the highest-ranking woman in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, now serving as Deputy Commissioner in charge of Force Development and Logistics. She is one of 3 new DCPs alongside Warren Clark, leading strategic operations, and Andrew Lewis, managing administration and support services, as the JCF marks 75 years of women serving. The Jamaica Medical Doctors Association, JMDA, has voiced frustration over ongoing delays in overtime pay negotiations following another unproductive meeting with government officials. The group criticized the lack of transparency, warning that continued delays could harm healthcare quality and staff morale. In a statement on Thursday, the JMDA demanded a resolution within 24 hours or they warn disruptions to the healthcare sector may occur. The association stresses that the issue goes beyond pay, calling for respect and fairness for healthcare workers. The Planning Institute of Jamaica is urging targeted action on infrastructure development and crime reduction to strengthen the country's resilience. The recommendation follows a report presented to Parliament to a parliamentary committee on Thursday, outlining key barriers to Jamaica's growth. Courtney Lewis has the details.
The Planning Institute of Jamaica, the PIOJ, is highlighting gaps in productivity across various sectors like agriculture and manufacturing. In an Economy and Production Parliamentary Committee meeting on Thursday, the chairman broke down concerns, naming climate change and aging infrastructure as some key inhibitors.
Note that agriculture is characterized by small-scale farmers who operate informally, which has made it difficult for farmers to take advantage of economies of scale and has limited their ability to access well-needed credit to modernize operations. There is a reliance on aging infrastructure and outdated technology and equipment. This contributes to inefficiencies in extraction, processing, and transportation, leading to higher operational costs and longer downtimes.
Similar concerns plague the trade and mining sector, leading to an increase in imports despite growing capital. To close the productivity gap, the PIOJ recommends research and infrastructure improvement.
It is essential to adopt digital skills through comprehensive staff training and the widespread implementation of these skills across educational institutions. There is need to improve road, sea, and air connectivity, as well as develop reliable electricity and water supply.
He notes the hindrances to growth don't rule out a Vision 2030 goal, but South St. Catherine MP Fitz Jackson points to mismanaged funds and resources.
So much amount of road, so much amount of water you need to bring in the system, so much amount of electricity. It's not opinionated. It's real, it's measurable. Where are we in the budget process in prioritizing these? And the absence of that, Chairman, caused our people, the public, to become cynical of us as government.
But Henry is reinforcing confidence, noting economic and social growth barriers are complex and the country remains resilient.
The truth is we have made tremendous progress. And it's important to say it because, again, relative to many countries, Jamaica had, just before COVID, we had 67% of the targets in terms of progress towards achieving SDGs. Many countries have come out of COVID-19 with even greater levels of indebtedness, and Jamaica is not one of them. Well, that says a lot.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
As the nation works to improve literacy, the Jamaica Book Festival, set for December 6 to 8, aims to inspire a love for reading and showcase its benefits. Festival founder and literacy advocate Latoya West Blackwood appeared on Sunrise this morning.
A professional background in publishing and having the insight in terms of the value of books, right? In terms of, we say festival of ideas, so I think books, it starts with the word and you build on everything there. Whether it's technology, you can get an idea of how to create something, so it all starts with the word. Then there is the part of me in terms of the community outreach, where I love impact work. I love to see when you give people opportunities and access how it can change their life. And then there's my personal story about how reading transformed my life. Coming from a single parent, working class household where I didn't travel until I was a teenager. And books were my first passport, right? I was able to experience other cultures, visit places in my head, just get ideas from having access to books. And the library was a big part of that, because my mom was able to go to the bookstore and buy a new book every time. She couldn't keep up with my appetite.
Oh, wow.
So it's bringing all of those things together, and at the heart of it is, it's not just for children and youth, but there's a big focus on them, because there is no future without them, and we don't want a future where our youth and children are not reading. But we don't just want JBF to be for book lovers. We want people to come and fall in love with books.
Stay with us, our discussion segment is next.
And we all have a story. I can vividly remember when I was about to sit my CTEC exams, my life took an abrupt turn. While I was walking home, I was struck by a motor vehicle. As a result, I suffered major memory loss, which unfortunately, I failed my exams. It was impossible to retain information. This one school piqued my interest the most, and it was the Distinction College, lowest school fee and flexible payment plan. They offer over 35 vocational and professional courses. Eventually, I became a part of the family, and during my time there, I resat my exams, and with the patience of my teachers, I was successful. In addition to that, I studied media and broadcasting, specializing in radio presentation. I co-hosted the school's radio show, Distinction 411. I voiced numerous ads for the school, interview artists, hosted graduation. And now, I have my own radio show called On the Air with Tashika Lu. So you see, my friends, if I can do it and I did, you can do it too. You can call them at 876-356-4167.
At the Carpet Store, we bring comfort to every step with flooring that blends softness and style. From carpets and rugs to durable vinyl flooring and expert installation services, we have everything you need to transform your space. And when it's time for a refresh, our carpet and upholstery cleaning service brings your flooring back to life. Visit us at 18 Dunbarton Avenue, Kingston. The Carpet Store, because you deserve the best.
This Christmas, wake up to a dream bedroom. Spend $30,000 or more at Singer November 15 to December 31 and get a chance to win a complete bedroom makeover absolutely free. But that's not all. 2 lucky winners will win a 4-day family vacation for 4 at an all-inclusive hotel. Singer makes Christmas unforgettable with 4 months for cash and 9 months no interest. Visit Singer today and live in style this Christmas. Must be 18 years or older to enter. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the
Welcome back. It's now time for our discussion segment. The Jamaica Medical Doctors Association is sounding the alarm on what they call a breach of trust and disregard for healthcare workers. After months of stalled negotiations on overtime enumeration, the association is demanding urgent action from the government. We're joined now by Dr. Renee Badreau, president of the JMDA, to discuss the pressing issues at hand. Dr. Badreau, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Can you begin by summarizing the JMDA's main concerns and why this issue has reached a breaking point now?
Well, as a JMDA, we have in good faith negotiated with the Ministry of Finance and Public Servants alongside the Ministry of Health to settle our issue with regards to overtime. Now, last year in March, we signed an agreement and we agreed to the basic salary. We were to conclude our discussions in overtime last year in March as well. However, the Ministry of Finance, despite many correspondences and calls to the ministry and letters that we've written, the Ministry of Finance ignored all of those requests for meetings to discuss the overtime until February this year. We do not have a problem. I just want Jamaica to know, we don't have a problem with negotiating. We don't have a problem coming and meeting in the middle. But what we do have a problem with is that the Ministry of Finance does not want to pay our doctors the retroactive monies that are due to them after they've worked 20 months post the implementation of this new salary system.
Doc. I have to ask you, the JMDA has described these negotiations as protracted, and you've given evidence to support that claim. Now, could you elaborate on how the government's actions or inactions, as you see them, have led to this sentiment among your members? What's the sentiment like, I should ask?
Well, the sentiment like is that they feel demoralized, they feel disrespected, and they feel that their value is being not appreciated by the ministry and by the government. And the overwhelming majority of our doctors are Jamaicans, and we're, first of all, Jamaican citizens. So for the ministry to treat its people like this, our doctors are very demoralized.
You said that the delays are impacting the quality of healthcare. Could you give us some examples to help our viewers better understand the magnitude of this issue? How are the doctors and patients being affected?
Well, if you have a workforce or a labor force that is demoralized, then it inevitably affects how the job is done. For any organization, the doctors are going to feel they're not valued, and they're going to come to work, and they're not going to be as cheerful as they would like to be in terms of, just the whole demeanor. Not that they're going to be disrespectful to the patients, but they're going to feel just very sad and demoralized.
Right. I'm looking at your letter now, and it calls for a resolution within 24 hours. What specific actions do you need from the Ministry of Finance to restore confidence and move forward?
We need the Ministry of Finance to conclude this issue. Retroactive monies is non-negotiable. Other unions have gotten it, and other members of the Jamaican Public Service have gotten it. Give us the retroactive money that is due to us, and let us move on from this whole issue as we're in a new negotiating cycle and we have other pressing issues and matters to discuss. Simple. We worked those 20 months. We gave our time. We gave our efforts. Give us what you owe us.
Dr. Badro, you have warned that the health sector could be significantly affected by the issues if they are not addressed. Can you clarify what that might mean in practical terms?
I cannot give any guarantee that our doctors and our members will continue normalcy for the upcoming days. It's beyond my control. Our members are frustrated and they're disgruntled and they are arrested.
Could we be up on a major strike, you say?
But I can say right now that it's a calm before the storm.
Finally, before you go, what is your message to both the government and the public as you await a response to your demands?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. The message is low.
Your message to the public and the government as you await a response to the demands you outlined.
Okay, to the government we say, treat us fairly and treat us equitably. And that's all we're asking for. And to Jamaica, we ask that you understand our plight and you support us as your citizens and your brothers and sisters. We ask for your understanding and your patience.
Doc, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was President of the JMDA, Dr. Rene Badro. Thank you again for joining us. To international news now, South Korea's president now faces a critical moment of impeachment as they advance as investigations into treason and accusations also mount. Here's more from Al Jazeera.
Impeachment proceedings moving through the National Assembly and police and prosecutors investigating accusations of treason. President Yoon Suk-yeol is facing battles on multiple fronts. Even his own party, which at first promised to fight his impeachment, seems to be backtracking, citing the full scale of his ill-fated plan to rule by martial law.
To arrest key political figures on the grounds of being anti-state forces. This means that the president mobilized intelligence agencies to arrest politicians.
As the vote on impeachment approaches, President Yoon is looking increasingly beleaguered, diminishing support and increasing animosity threatening his position. Regardless of whether Yoon is impeached or not, his opponents say he could be removed from office now, given the severity of the treason charges they want to bring.
He must be removed from his duties as quickly as possible, and the decision regarding his continuation in office must be left to the judgment and determination of the people.
It seems far fewer people want him to remain, with polling carried out since the failed martial law attempt showing an approval rating of just 13%.
Stay with us, sports is next.
Season locally with City and Guilds International Skills Certificates at IIRQ Academy. In 2 to 3 months, get qualified in welding, fabrication and pipework, carpentry, construction, painting and decoration, and plant maintenance. No subjects required, no age limits, no entrance test. Register this week and get 2 subjects for free. Online face-to-face evening and Saturday